Hey there, this is David. I am making a video for the first time in a very long time to talk to you guys about why the music is down and what's going on with the plague and sort of just catch people up on everything. Um, First of all, it's been a really, tough bunch of years for the entire world, and there's been no exception over here. Uh, on top of all of the um, COVID stuff, I've also been having surgery for the past couple of years and projecting into the future from now a bit too. That has been making uh, doing music stuff quite a bit complicated for me. So, that being said, um, I'm going to try to make this video to explain a few things that are going on. I don't normally edit videos, so I'm gonna try to do this in one take. I have no idea how this is gonna play out, but we will see. Um, so one of the questions that's coming up a good amount is why is the music taken down? So I just signed a multi-album deal to Fixed, and I'm super excited about it. So far, it has been quite the blessing. They wanted an opportunity to release the music fresh. So uh, we took the music down and are now re-releasing we're releasing the remasters. And on top of that, there's also a bonus track for Hope for the Future for the remastered version that Fixed will be putting out. And then after they are done releasing it, which is going to be done in December, I believe, then they're going to put up all the old music again, and we're going to merge um, the content to the best of our abilities. I know it's a bit confusing. I know it's in some ways is less than ideal, but it is the best way that we've come up with in order to reach a new market and reach new people. I wish that I had communicated this more clearly with those of you who are still trying to watch the old stuff. Again, I've been having some health problems that were unfortunately timed. So over here, for me, it's been quite uncomfortable to not be able to communicate to the best of my ability and then and see some confusing things going on. But hopefully this can clear some of that up, and hopefully it's just a temporary situation that those of you who are looking forward to hearing the music again can just a little bit more patience, and everything should be released again, and hopefully you'll enjoy the new remasters that hopefully you feel that they even sound a bit better than you remember the old stuff to sound. Um, so yeah, I have another question here that's like, what is going on with the plague in general? Well, something that is an interesting. Um, I'm going to just give a little bit of a history about the plague to answer that question. So right now, I have signed to Fixed as the plague, and it is a solo project, which is just me. I know that there's been a lot of twists and turns in the lineup, so I thought I would give just an explanation of what the plague is and what you can expect in the future. The um, the plague was me and Oren Hoffman. He played bass. That's where you might have seen him in some of the live videos and definitely some of the content. How that worked was I actually wrote all the songs and played all the instruments and produced the record, and it was my brainchild as far as the um, the performances and the ideas. Oren did an awesome job. He wrote one of we co the writing that he did on the record was we co-wrote the chorus to "Make Me Over," which is one of my favorite choruses on the record. But aside from that, all the performances, all of the editing, all of the mixing, even the mastering, I did. So in that way, it's very much my brainchild. Oren played a crucial supporting role where we would, talk through the decisions that I made that the most days. And he even did some assistant engineering. He would put mics on cabinets, and as you know, I showed him some techniques, and he was basically like, in a really powerful way, an extension of my arms, so that he could be moving the mics while I could be listening between the speakers. So like, as far as the investment and the emotional and relational energy of the plague, Oren was absolutely a essential part of that. As far as musically, though, I have always been pretty much exclusively the driving force of the creativity. And so after we put out when we were wrapping up the record and we were starting to put out music, we wanted to round out the band and make it more of a band. We actually went through a little bit of decision making whether it was going to be a solo project that was just me or whether we were going to promote it as a band. So after that, we collected members and we added some close friends and hired some session musicians and did a few different things. We tried a bunch of different avenues, and we ended up coming up with a band that would emulate the stuff that was on the record. And through a lot of twists and turns, that ended up not being the best decision for everyone. So we ended up parting ways. That was a very difficult time. There was a lot going on for everyone personally, and without going into the details, we decided that it would be a solo project with where we would just promote me. We being Oren and myself. So then Oren switched to a role where he was just doing stuff like editing videos, and he was doing a lot of behind the scenes, but he was also doing a lot of the content creation, which was also a really valuable place to. He did a lot of awesome things that you guys have probably seen with his graphic design and stuff like that. So during that period in time, we were trying to switch the idea of the plague to being a solo project for me. Um, and then COVID and a lot of other things happened that were quite difficult. And then there was silence. I wasn't sure if this was as much as I loved the plague and I loved doing it. I just wasn't sure if it was the right time in my life. I re-examined a lot of things, and there was some powerful events where God came into my life in a lot of powerful ways and convicted me that making music in this way was the right path for me, and fixed. We had been talking for a while, and it seemed like a good time to sign a record deal. So um, now we have this multi-album deal. We have a whole bunch of new music that's coming out, and it is just me in the studio. So the TLDR for that whole segment of the video is if you liked the original Plague stuff, don't worry. That was almost entirely me doing everything on that record. And now I'm back in the studio. It is a solo project, but it's going to be more of the music that if you like the old stuff, I think you're going to like the new stuff. Um, there's been a lot of confusion with band, solo project, what is the lineup, and if we're really going to cut to the core of it, I have been the driving force. Um, Historically, I write all the songs, I do all the performances, and I produce stuff in the studio. I do the mixing, and that's what's going to happen in the future. So that was a long way of explaining the history of the plague, and the plague going forward. I I'm not really quite sure if we're gonna we're not gonna promote it as a band anymore. But if we are going to say that, you know, is my name now the plague, or am I in the plague? This is some of the stuff that I don't really have an answer for you, and I wish I did. But the it's still going to be put on out on. I'm going to put out music under the name the plague, and it's still going to be, um, futuristic Christian rock that maybe is not so overtly Christian that it turns people who aren't of the same spiritual persuasion off. Um, So that being said, I'm super excited to share new music. A new song dropped. The release. I forget what it's called. The exclusive premiere came out today on. I'll put the link down in the description of the video, or maybe by the time this comes out, that'll be old news. But I Feel Fine is getting released, and it's the first new music in a long time. I hope you really like it. It is from the era when Oren and I were still working together. And in the future, I've got plenty of stuff in the works. I'm gonna make, I'm curious to hear what people have to say about. I want to keep more in touch, and I want to hit a rhythm of interacting with everyone. So there's a few different ways I thought about doing that. I could just do posts on social media. I thought about doing a vlog, but I'm also thinking about getting into streaming. So if anybody's interested in maybe once a week, a live stream where like I can interact with you guys, I can show you some stuff that I'm going through in the studio, and we can just talk about music stuff. I would be really into that. If there's an audience for that, you can let me know in the down here area. And I just had a self-aware moment where I realized that that is not how I wanted to do that. In the comments below the video. So, yeah, that being said, there's also a few things where I was like, I could do vlogs and post stuff, to YouTube. Primarily, I'm the most interested in doing stuff on YouTube. I don't know if that feels like the best communication platform, but if you guys do want to give me some tips, feedback, or some inspiration down in the comments, please let me know because I am curious about what you guys are looking for. And then just to let you know, new music is definitely coming out next year. I Feel Fine and a few remixes are happening this year, which is really exciting. And I can't wait to see what everyone thinks of the new stuff. Um, yeah, I'm looking to be in the studio more and let you all into what's going on. And I guess that sums up the topic. So thanks for sitting through this edit-free ramble. And check out I Feel Fine. I can't wait to see what everyone thinks of it. I hope you like it as much as I do. And I've definitely got some new jams that I'm super excited to share with you guys. So hang in there. I hope that, the past couple of years, I know they've been tough for everyone. I hope that you're, you know, resilient and thriving, returning to some equilibrium. And, for me, it's been a real challenge to let go of a lot of things and to turn the page for a new chapter. And I hope that if anyone else out there is feeling a similar thing, that, I pray that it's just a success for everyone. So, uh, that being said, ramble complete. Hang in there. Take it easy.